Hello, this is Mark Jacobs, EMBA class at KSU of 2016, and I'm joined by Peace Johnson. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
And I brought you in the office here today so we can do a coaching session. I met you last week in the hall, and you mentioned to me that you had a business idea, and you were thinking about putting a business plan together. So I just wanted to bring you in so we can discuss that. First, what do you expect to get out of this meeting at the end?
Well, I'm hoping to get direction, more so direction on what to do next, basically priorities, being able to list the things I need to do to get the business plan straight and just basically prioritize.
Okay, absolutely. Got to keep your priorities in order because doing a business plan is not going to be an easy feat. So that's a good thing. What can you work on now with the tools that you have now to get to the end goal?
Completing it. I think that's what I can work on now. It's basically completing it. I think being a part of KSU gives me a whole lot of just resources that I can use to help me complete it and get it to where I need it to go. I think right now where I fell short, the business plan has actually been in the works for over 10 years. When I was in pharmacy school, I knew I wanted to have my own business. And I've tried a lot of times to find a space and start it, but being that I wasn't able to get that going, the wait has allowed me to have a clearer vision. So now I believe the vision I have is more innovative and is less what's out there now and more what's not out there is what I'm looking to offer.
Okay. Great. Can you expand in regards to what's the actual business that you actually want to start?
Mm-hmm. What I want to do is start a pharmacy company. More so, it's not going to be the regular generic pharmacy, Kroger pharmacy that fills prescriptions and patients will come pick it up. Rather, I want to provide services to facilities like maybe where people are being taken care of, like maybe elderlies. Patients may not have the wherewithal mentally to take proper care of themselves. So just basically providing my services. So I want to do it more consultatively, where I can provide my clinical knowledge to physicians as well as the nurses there. I can be able and be available for them to contact, even family members to contact if they have any questions, while providing them their patients' medications as well. So with this system, I will be refilling any old prescriptions as well as any new prescriptions that the in-house physicians are ordering, and being able to take it to that facility so no one has to call to refill or come by and pick up the medication. We'll be providing these services while at the same time monitoring their antibiotics as well, and providing the physicians clinical information, whether to decrease the antibiotic, increase the antibiotic, or use a totally different type of antibiotic, and any other medications that needs to be monitored as well as far as levels are concerned to prevent toxicity. At the same time, I believe with this service, it can keep patients from needing critical care where they are having to be taken to emergency rooms. I believe it will keep them outside of hospitals, less infections as well, and being able to be better cared for within that facility. So that's actually basically in a nutshell what I'm looking to provide.
Okay. In this day of time, there's a lot of illnesses out that are everywhere. So, I think that's a great idea, a great business model. Is this something in regards, are you just going to be taking care of the pharmacy needs, or would you actually want your imprint on the actual housing facility as a whole, including the pharmacy?
Well, it would be more, I would say, as far as the facility itself, my direction would be more pharmacy. It will be more clear medication therapies. I will my imprint will be all around there, but it's going to be more towards physicians, patients' families, and it's going to be even nurses providing inpatient services, information on new drug therapies, and any information they need or in-service they need on any drug that they may have added to their formulary system, and they want their nurses to be more aware of the side effects and basically the mechanism, so they know what to look for if there should be any side effect with the patients. So the imprint will be there, but it's going to be focused. It's going to be focused around pharmaceuticals.
Okay. Good. Is this something that you've considered taking on by yourself, or is there someone else that you would actually seek out for guidance or help in starting up your business?
Well, this is something I'm starting up by myself. So, like I mentioned, it's been in the works for about 10 years. I have tried to get out in the water to get this going, but it's just never happened. It never materialized. I've had people, my brother-in-law, and several other people that wanted to provide me with the finances to get it started, and so they would own 50 of the company, 50% of the company, but I just wasn't comfortable. At the same time, while I've been, like I said, the business plan has been on the works for about 10 years. So I've written my vision down, but now I need to fine tune it with this other vision or inside more the innovation I've actually have come to see how I want to the business to be, or what I want the business to provide. At the same time, I got stuck forever. I've gotten stuck within this 10 years with the financials. How am I going to get the finances that I need to have this business open, operating, and being able to function by itself and pay itself? So with that, it's just been a stumbling block or area for me. So I figured coming into the EMBA program will help clear the light, give me some information on how I can write this thing up, and also guidance to maybe the banking system or the financial systems that I could also look into as far as borrowing, or knowing how much to borrow and seeing how to borrow from them to get this business rolling. So that's why I'm here now.
Oh yeah, the finances is a big part of the business, so that's a good concern to have and find a solution to. Can you just elaborate on maybe 2 or 3 goals that you definitely want to accomplish by the time you graduate from the KSU EMBA in May of 2016?
One of the goals that I really want to accomplish, I guess this will be the first goal, is to finish the business plan.
Okay.
The second goal will be to, I guess, looking to see how to finance it, or maybe finding a location for it. Finding a location is not going to be a big deal, because I'm not going to be an open pharmacy where people come in and out. It's going to be a closed pharmacy, so any space that I get, I can utilize that office space. So finding a location wouldn't be an issue, but I will have to check on that. At the same time, I want to look into borrowing, see how much I need to borrow, and start putting brochures together so to help me. I guess the business plan is the main thing that will give me that the thing I need to provide the banks on how much I need to borrow and things of that nature. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are important goals. You definitely want to have a business plan, the financial aspect, as well as, of course, the location. Can you elaborate on maybe why you haven't accomplished that goal up until this point in regards to the business plan and the finance aspect?
Yeah. It's just not an easy area for me. I have sought people who's opened up their own pharmacies, and they weren't that much of a help as far as how they wrote their business plan, and I just don't know where to go or where to look where to look to. But I think I'm in a right place because KSU provides resources that I can use, and I think that's actually been just an area. That's why I haven't actually finished this business plan. I just don't know how to write up the finances or even look up to see, okay, how can I even tally how much I would make or things of that nature. I just don't know. The vision there is not as clear. So hopefully if I can take advantage of KSU's business planning department,
oh yeah,
I can be able to achieve that goal.
Okay, that's good information to know as well. Is there anything that you've already tried in the past in regards to developing a business plan that you may have started and wanted to seek out more help or anything?
I mean, I've looked online and just about how to develop a business plan, even as far as narrowing it to pharmacy, because sometimes it's different for every business.
Mm-hmm.
I have looked online, but it's not a lot of information out there. I mean, they give you generic formats, but it's not a whole lot of information. So thereby, I think if I would have found that information earlier, I wouldn't be here today. I'll probably be off doing something else.
Understood. If I was to reach out to maybe some of your classmates or any colleagues that you work with, but what are some things that they will actually say about you?
My colleagues. Okay, let's start with my colleagues. One thing I think my colleagues would say, I'm not a quitter. This business plan, and like I've said, I've always known I wanted to be in business. Even before I entered pharmacy school and before I entered college. So, with that said, as you can see, I'm still running forward.
Right.
So one thing is I'm not a quitter. Even though I may face some roadblocks, it might maybe slow my momentum a bit, but it doesn't stop it. And so I think that's one thing that my colleagues will tell you. Even though I'm quiet, I'm pretty much a fighter. I go get what I want. As far as my classmates are, I think my classmates will probably say that, yes, I don't know. From what they know of me, I don't know, maybe I'm a tough cookie. I don't know. Having all these kids and going back to school and full-time work and pastor's wife. So I just, maybe it just will be the same thing, just a fighter all the way.
Okay.
You know?
That's good. And in regards to your options, what are maybe 3 options that you may have from now until graduation and then upon graduating that you can actually realistically accomplish to get to the end goal of the business plan and then, of course, starting the business?
Okay. So my options would be to, like Nike says, just do it, get this business plan done.
Right.
And so I think I would need to, I kid you not, I did go to the business department and planning department, and I actually scheduled the time to meet them. My schedule is so funky, I overslept, so I never made it to the appointment. And I've already gotten like a template business plan that I could move all my information and kind of start my business plan, and then I really, option is I just need to call them and reschedule and go to it, make it. Okay. So that's option 1. Meet them, finish the business plan. 2, possibly see if I can, with that business plan in mind, see if I can maybe make some brochures. Just have some brochures ready that I can use once the business plan is I guess, complete that I can use to kind of talk to people, with it about, and give to companies and give to facilities, and to showcase all the things that my business can offer.
Okay, so a couple options, of course, would be just get it done.
Get it done. Just do it.
And of course, getting the brochures out, which would be good for marketing purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Other than those two, are there any others that maybe you may think about doing?
Yeah, I guess I really want to see matriculation in my, in my career. I want to grow. I want to get into a pure leadership position. That would be another option for me. So possibly if my business doesn't start by the time or when I wanted to start, or whichever one comes first, because I'm also looking as well. So I want to just grow. I want to grow in all aspects, be it opening my own business, be it finding a pure leadership position. That would be my third option.
Okay. Growth. That's good. Just curious, do you know anyone personally or from school business who's actually encountered maybe the same problems or may have the same idea as you in starting your business?
No.
No, okay. Well, hopefully you will. And
I'm hoping.
you guys might be able to mix ideas and
I'm hoping.
and feed off of each other. Absolutely. On a scale of 1 to 10, I know you mentioned your goals earlier. How committed are you in actually accomplishing those goals?
I'm very committed. I want to say, I don't like to give myself a perfect 10, but I would say a 9. That's the reason why I'm in school. That's the reason why I'm paying all this money. I'm not just looking to just grow and work for people. I want to start my own. And I believe with this education, it will help me start my own, but it will help me make it successful. Because I want to be accomplished. Anything I do, I want to make sure that it's going to continue to grow. I don't want to see it die. I want to see it matriculate to something even bigger. So I would say a 9. I'm paying all this money for that.
That's good. Understood. That's good. And actually, what support do you need to accomplish that 9? What support do you think you would need to get that done? Maybe from your family, your personal friends, colleagues at work. Maybe you have a mentor or a coach.
I would say maybe my husband will probably be the best support for me.
Okay.
He's always the one that, will make me, I'm a slow person by nature, so I take my time.
Okay.
So even when I get up to get ready to do anything, I'm slow by nature. So, and he's normally like fire on my behind, pushing me to do things. So if I tell him my goals, and if I tell him the priorities or the things that I am looking to accomplish at a certain time, he's going to be like in my ear. You need to do this. Have you called? Okay, when is the time? Even if I don't want to take myself, he'll take me.
Good.
He'll make sure I go. And he helps me with the plan, the business plan. So, and he's all into it. So, it would be more his support.
Good. That's great that you have that support there, that support system at home, because that's where it starts. So that's good. What is something that you can actually take and get accomplished this week in regards to getting you to your end goal of starting your business plan and getting the business off the ground?
I think calling the business planning department and making an appointment with them again.
Okay.
Setting an appointment that I will make.
Good. I think that as well. I think that'll be a good step. You have some ambitious goals, some goals that are attainable. Great idea, might I add. And I definitely wish you the best in getting that done. And peace. I just wanted to thank you again for joining me today. I hope you got a lot out of it as I did as well. And I look forward to seeing you next week in the business plan department getting started.
All right. Thank you so much, Mark.
You're welcome.
Thank you.